noticing the changes? The biggest difference after you left here driving home and up till now? It's been a week? Has it been a week?
It's been a week. Well, I think so energetically, there's been some things that I'll talk about that in a minute, but just like in my body, it's been just this knowing. And well, at first it really felt like I had to like rush to execute on a lot of things.
Because you knew how now?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, now
Ready, set, here's my homework,
I'm
on
in
it.
charge. But I did first have to sit with myself, and I just let spirit like drop it in. So actually it was like in the middle of the night, I like woke up and I have a big fucking long like letter that I like typed out. I don't even remember this. Of course, that's how it always that's the best way that it works, right? But
Yeah.
there were memories in that I had never remembered up until that point, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about all of this, and it just laid it out. So that was like just to be able to pull it out of my body and look at it was an amazing experience, and a lot of release, like a lot of just, and I haven't even like sent it to that person or given that, just taking it outside of my body. That's been a huge release.
And seeing it, because
Yeah.
we shame it, we hide it, our whole body has to see it.
Right.
And we're taught,
Yeah.
if we see it or know it, that's bad, that's pain, that's anything, so we want to shove it in a box.
I will say though, so I just to kind of like circle back on my experience with you, when I came here, I totally expected to have pain and to have, and I think being open and ready for that, it was actually a very loving like exchange, and she
comes out, she texts me, I came out unscathed.
I came out unscathed. She even gave me a massage. She like tickled my back. I was just like,
Well, but why did I massage
yeah,
it?
because she was like, you need to like receive and not shame this piece either.
Because you hadn't received that from other women in your life before.
Yep.
Anybody.
No.
So she's craving it, wanting it, putting it out there.
Cry.
Yeah, putting it out there, but really what she was really looking for was it from a certain person, and she hadn't allowed anyone else to give it to her.
Yeah, because it just exposed me to my vulnerable parts, right?
Yeah,
and that
totally.
is, it's like looking back in your life, and like, and she hit it the hardest when it was like, oh, I usually have a grandma here. There's no grandmas here for you, and I'm like, there isn't.
You're all of them.
Yeah. So you didn't have anyone that nurtured you in your whole life. I'm like,
And I'm like mama to many, so it was like instantaneously, okay,
No.
come over here.
yeah.
Because I've always healed with my hands not knowing what my head was doing. I could just see where people's pain was in their body. So touching certain like spots on your shoulders, whatever. And then that's when it was like, oh my gosh, you don't even know what pressure you like, because you've never had a massage by a stranger to be able to tell them how to respect you and your boundaries and what you like.
No, so it's like it like opened up my eyes to like expand on my experiment or my journey on like what is it that I like and what feels good in my body, what feels good to my soul, like who am I? Just even in relationships, like is it a man, a woman, both? Is it like what is it? Is it touch? Is it like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, and so that just expanded on that piece that I was like, oh, I've totally got that figured out, but even so even in that sense, when I walked away from here and having that like actually really loving exchange, I was able to just pull it out and see it away from my body and it not be a part of me anymore. It's like I'm not identifying with it. Doesn't define who I am anymore.
Yeah.
And so then there's another piece to this that's like on my daughter's side that we aren't in a situation where I can really exchange what I've learned yet, but just internally, and again, like pulling that outside of me and like surrendering it and letting it go without saying anything or needing to do anything with her or needing to like stand up for myself, which normally boundaries to me have always been like, this means I stand up for myself, I'm going to speak my truth, I'm going to put on my warrior suit, I'm going to fight my way through this, and that's just completely opposite.
Well,
like,
because
what it really is.
what everybody doesn't realize is when we're freaking out about our kids or this and everybody else, it's the mirror of you. So actually loving yourself and claiming your own self boundaries and taking them through the story, you're not arguing with her anymore.
No.
You're honoring her by being vulnerable with her so that she can help honor you in your journey.
And we haven't even had that we haven't been able to have that
Yeah.
exchange yet, but just even like acknowledging that that's the shift that I've made in my body and the way that I think about things has even changed energetically between us. Like she's now like slowly allowing like conversations to open up and happen, and so I mean for me, I mean I know that there's still like, and I feel it deep in my soul, like I feel it so big because I feel it's super generational on both sides. Like it's gonna break a fuck ton of shit just
Totally.
out of the way.
But you know what? I am
Yeah.
the causer of chaos, and like I have the storm. So as long as like I will go like this
Yeah.
to see where the holes are, always have my entire life.
Yeah.
Now it's just getting on a lot bigger scale.
Yeah.
But that was definitely something that, yeah, just like even just stirring it up so I could see it, so I could like look at it and be like, okay, now I'm aware, and I can feel that it's like not that there's ever a final piece, not that there's
We're
ever
always
that,
on
like,
this journey.
yeah, always, but
Yeah.
it's just like it was like the missing piece, the piece that I was like
It
desperately.
made sense.
Yes, I was
Finally,
searching for.
you weren't in
Yes.
the car afterwards going, "That was so confusing. I'm so lost on how that worked."
No, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Like, this is what I've been waiting for. Like, this is what I've like been paying $350 an hour for.
And I feel you in my body so much. So when we started the calls at the beginning of this pandemic, and to feel you now, because we haven't been able to be in a physical
Oh, she feels
space.
100 times different.
And it just feels so light, you guys. So, like, I think about what that's doing to our planet when we're holding on to these egos and the shame and the guilt and all
Well,
this.
and let's
low
connect that
vibration.
everybody's energy, where quantum
collective.
physics is, it's a proven fact that everything is energy. And
Yeah.
it all vibrates at certain levels. So we are in fear and all of that. We're putting that out as like our request for more. Because they will
Exactly.
honor whatever piece you want
Right.
and whatever you ask for.
Yeah.
But
So that's why we're doing this. That's why we feel it's not to feed our egos. It is
No.
truly a heart piece that we've been working on for lifetimes.
it's what I know, believe in, and what was taken out of our world and needs to be put back in. We all used to talk about our stories, talk and process our shame together so that we all learned from each other. We all shared. Nobody ever went hungry. Kids were not neglected.
Community,
All of that
circle.
community raised communities.
When we were honoring this feminine energy, which means creativity, it means sexuality,
Loving,
it means
nurturing.
love, yeah, and yeah.
Well, and
It's
the
really fun.
only time it is painful, pulling the Band-Aid off, you came in